Okay, this is Chainlink Iris, my submission to the Chainlink virtual hackathon. My name's Ethan Bond. So a little bit about me. I'm a software engineer. I just recently graduated college, the Colorado School of Mines with computer science. And overall, just super excited about blockchain and decentralized applications. So let's get into it. So the problem that I identified when I was looking for a project for this hackathon was that external adapters, while they're really great, they're super cool way to take off-chain data and get it into the Chainlink network, are really difficult for broad solutions. So you have to have a lot of technical experience and you have to really know how to hook it up to a very specific type of software or a specific type of hardware. Um, And if you're a non-technical person that has some sort of live event with data that you want to get on chain, it's very difficult to get it that way without having to learn a whole lot of new stuff. And that example I was thinking of, very straightforward example, is betting on a local small sports event. ESPN is not going to have the score data in real time for a local small event. So where would you get that data? If there's no trusted third party that or bookmaker that has that data available on the blockchain. And so the solution that I've come up with, I call Chainlink Iris. It uses computer vision. So going through with that local sporting event example, I'll kind of walk through how this would work. What you would do is, say for this local hockey game here, you would first register the game with Chainlink Iris and registering the event. Then anyone with a camera, so a smartphone or, I guess a webcam, could stream video via Chainlink Iris of the event. And that those frames would be processed on the back end of Chainlink Iris, which has data policies registered to it that say, hey, we need to extract this type of data from these frames. And in this case, it would be extract scoreboard data. So you see here, the score is 5-3 from home to guest. Well, you could register that data policy on Chainlink Iris, and here is what would be output to via the external adapter to be used in smart contracts. A nicely formatted JSON data that would have the score and home and away as integers. I think the best way to go about this is with a demo. So I'm going to move out of my presentation. So this here is Chainlink Iris. It's a basic dashboard. These are a couple events that I've already registered. Some of these are live, some of these are not, but I'll create a new event. And I'm going to call this event demo test. And I'm just going to give a description, demonstration. Whoop. We'll have it starts today. We'll just say it ends tomorrow. So these are the data policies I'm talking about. These are what you can register with the event, and these tell Chainlink Iris when the frames come in from a stream, this is what we want the data we want to extract. So for the game, we would do a scoreboard, but for this demo, I'm just going to do a text policy, which will do any text that is found in this frame here will be read and made available via the API. So I'm going to save this event here. There we go. So here it is, demo test. It shows up here. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to open the stream, and the stream is different for each event. I'm going to allow the camera to see it. So you can see me here. So I have two note cards, and that's how we're going to do this. The first one has A1 written on it. So see, I put this here, and Chainlink Iris is reading this text. So that should have been enough for it. And we're going to go back. We're going to go to the demo test, and we're going to read the feed. And it should be, there we go. So we got one confirmation. I'll go over confirmation and time off in a second, but it read the text correctly. It actually got A1, and it's at the time right now in universal time. So now to just go over how this works, say there's a change in the live event. So, if in the scoreboard example, the score would change. And this one, I'm going to hold up a new one. So this one says B2. So I'm holding it up, giving it enough time to process and register. So that should be good. So we can go to the same endpoint. And if I refresh this here, it should, there we go. Okay, so it read it a little wrong. It says BZ, but it's very close and rudimentary. And what you can see here is it keeps up to date with the latest state of the event based on the camera. So what this confirmations means here is every frame that is sent from the web to the server has a fingerprint of the device. And because I've been filming this only on my device, and there are no other confirmations of this data, it just says 1. But ideally, if you had it, democratized, you could have several people, like 5 people filming the event, and it would show how many people confirmed that the score is actually the score, so that, it's not just reliant on one person's data input. The time off here is an experimental feature I've been working on for, how can you make sure that this video is really streamed from this page here? Well, one of the things we can do is we can, if you include in the frame, I have this time off thing that will be unique to each event. Right now, it's not random, but you see this shape here. These boxes represent a number, and it changes every second. And so if this is the order of these that they're changing will be unique to each event, you'll have to include this, and Chainlink Iris will see that in this frame and be able to verify that the order is correct and use this to verify the timestamp, so that if a bet is placed after a score has been made, it'll only deal with the state from that point forward, so that people can't bet on events that have already happened, for the betting example. But there are other ways, other use cases, of course. So that's pretty much it for Chainlink Iris right now. I'm working on the external adapter. It's obviously, this is running in localhost, so I have not published anything to the marketplace, but you can take a look at my repo to see more about that. So I'll go back to presenting this. All right, so we did the demo. So what is the value proposition here? What does this mean? Well, the use cases that at least I've been able to think of, and obviously this is a tool, so it's for anybody who's more creative than I am to be able to use this. I think sporting events and local data to put on chain with that could be huge. Race data, if the camera is set up correctly, you can analyze from the frames what car, horse, or dog has crossed the finish line at some point, as well as reading scoreboards is really easy with computer vision standards today. Also, fact-checking and viral incidents about, if there are people in a video, who does what first, all that could be converted to on-chain data, counting, and then any sort of rule enforcement of behavior. If there is a video feed set up for something, this is a way to enforce, contracts that are on chain based on off-chain data that could not traditionally be used on the blockchain. So where is this going? Am I going to continue this project? And the answer is I hope to. I plan on it. Obviously, it's very rudimentary proof of concept right now, but we're going to try to get more data policies for users, so there are more ways that you can use the computer vision library that's on the back end of Chainlink Iris. More testing, and really getting that external adapter up there, so people can begin to use this on their own nodes, and hopefully launch with a limited audience in a couple months. So with that, I just want to say thank you so much to Chainlink. I had a blast working on this project. If any of the judges or anyone has any questions, feel free to follow up with me. That's my Discord right there. So thank you.